People are fake, man. That's one thing I realize about this world. Like, people are fake out here. They'll act like they're your friends. They act like they want to, you know, be your bosom buddy and you just met them. I've had guys tell me, oh, they'll take a bullet for me. Like, I don't want you to take a bullet for me, bro. Like, I don't even know you that well. Like, that triggers me. Like, I can't trust you. You're being too friendly.
We're filming another episode here at the Kimpton Epic Miami Hotel. I'm with Ryan, who's better known as the Stunt Lifestyle, and you're the host of the We in Miami podcast, which is blowing up everywhere. And I'm super excited to have this conversation with you, man.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming through.
Let's go.
And I'm really digging this outfit, man. It's a vibe.
I'm doing the all blue and orange today.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like the matching. I'm a big matching guy.
Yeah, I see.
I do the
like
same.
That. I would rock that shirt right there too.
It's nice, huh? It's from Reese.
Nice.
Yeah. There's like only one store in Canada that has this brand, and then
Toronto.
Toronto. Yeah. So I'm from Toronto.
It's giving me Montreal vibes.
Is it?
Some French vibes? Yeah.
French vibes, huh? I've never been told. Interesting. Cool.
But yeah, I love Toronto, man. Like, Toronto's lit. I spent some time out there.
Yeah.
Queen Street, Eden Center.
Yeah.
I had fun out there.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be.
It was just so weird. Like, it was so different in Canada. Like, literally, I saw like, I got into an accident, because you got to know how to maneuver. It was like people skateboarding in the streets, like bikes everywhere. I was trying to maneuver and not hit a skateboarder and crashing someone. I'm like, yo, I don't never see this. Like, it's literally like a video game going through the streets, to like an American.
GTA.
Yeah, because it's different. But it was fun, man. Like, little kids have tattoos out there. Like, it's just like a free world out there.
Yeah.
You see like 12-year-olds tatted up. I'm like, damn, this is lit,
Well, listen, you got to come back to Toronto, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the weather's not as nice as it is here in southern Florida. Yeah. I mean, even when it's gloomy, it's still warm, which is nice.
Right.
But the weather there it's like you get 2 weeks of nice sun, and then it's just rain.
It gets so cold up there.
And the cold too, yeah.
Someone convinced me to drive to Canada. I drove from Atlanta all the way to Canada. It took like...
How long was that?
It took like 3 days, because I stopped in different states and hung out. Like, we made it fun, yeah.
Different states.
But it was so cold. I remember being outside, like in Canada. It was so cold that like I thought I was gonna die, man. Like, it was that cold. Because for me, it's like anything under whatever 30 is like...
Yeah,
death.
It's cold. Yeah.
But you're used to it, probably.
Yeah. Honestly, no. I've been in Canada now over 30 years, and I'm still not used to it. Right. I still get cold. I still regret every year why I'm in the cold. Like, why do I put myself through it?
I always wonder, why do people hate on Canada so much? Like, even like the cartoon shows, like South Park, they always like throw jokes at Canadians and stuff. Well, what is it about like people hating on Canada?
Maybe we're just too nice.
I don't know.
I mean, like that's the joke, right? Is that we'll apologize to you for insulting us,
right?
Right, but I don't
know.
Y'all
got a lot of people though, man. Like, coming out of there, Drake. Who else?
Drake, Bieber, The Weeknd.
Yeah, Justin Bieber. He is from there.
Yeah.
Weeknd.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot, and I had this one interview with JP Saxe, who was like, the amount of artists that are coming out of Toronto and out of Canada relative to the size of our population, like, we're punching above our weight.
Wow.
Because of how many people we're pumping out.
Because a lot of people don't know the way like the music industry works in Canada. Is like, as a qualified artist, you can actually get like a grant. Like, they'll give you money to push your project. It's crazy. Like, in America, it's no like rappers that can fucking go down to the government like, hey man, help me get my mixtape out. Like, it's not gonna happen. But in Canada, like, I've seen them give people $100,000 like for their music. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's working, and I think it's a dope program. I remember being in Canada years ago and with this producer named Pillsbury. I don't know if you heard of him, but he was telling me about Drake. He was working with Drake, and he played his song for me in the car and like, yo, check out this new artist. I think he's about to blow. And honestly, I didn't see it. I heard the music. I was like, yeah, it's cool. Bro, a few months later, he popped off. Now he's the biggest artist in the world. It's crazy. You never know.
You never know. I mean, like when you, it's like trying to find a prospect, the diamond in the rough, right?
Right.
So I want to know more about your backstory, because when people look up your social media profile, they watch the podcast, they get a very specific sense of who you are.
Right.
But I get the sense that the person behind the persona is a very different person.
Right.
Who's Ryan? Who's the man behind the Stunt Lifestyle?
Ryan is just a regular guy, man. You know, you got Stunt and you got Ryan. When I come home, take my hat off and just chill. I just like to do nothing sometimes, just relax, the simple things in life. I moved to Miami about 4 years ago. And honestly, the reason I moved here was not even for the clubs. It wasn't for the girls or anything like that. I mean, the girls are hot in Miami, don't get me wrong, but I didn't come here for that. Like,
Okay.
I came here for the ocean, the palm trees, the beach, the restaurants, like the simple things, man. You know,
Yeah.
like I love it. But yeah, you know, Stunt is this lit guy, you know, it's always turning up, parties, clubs, events, podcasts, all this craziness. And Ryan is like that other side, that balance, you know, the chill, relax, regular guy.
Do you ever have a hard time keeping that balance between the two?
Absolutely. And like that's the main thing I seek in life is balance. Like because being around all of this craziness all the time, you got to be able to turn it off and get away from it. If not, like it'll consume you, it'll drive you crazy, it will like change you, you know. So you got to know how to like turn that off and just regroup. Like even whether it's at the end of the day or the end of the week or whenever you get some time off, you got to turn your phone off and leave it at home for a few hours. You know, I try to do that, but it is hard, man. It's
Yeah.
hard. Sometimes it's easy to get lost in the sauce, so you gotta make sure you don't get lost in the sauce.
How do you pull yourself back when you find yourself going too far into that?
I just regroup and just think to myself, and sometimes I get too deep in and too deep in the stunt, and I'm like, wait, hold on, should I have done that? Should I not? Am I going too far with this? Like, sometimes I gotta regroup and shift my mind, like shut it off and just do nothing in
Yeah.
silence by myself alone and just focus on like my next move and plan out like, all right, this is what I need to do. This is what I don't need to do. And just try to stay grounded, And I have a good team around me, like I'm really close with like my mom and my business partners and friends, and like they kind of keep me grounded too.
That's super important.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you have the wrong people around you when you're sort of flailing in the wind a little bit, they can push you further.
Yeah, I've seen it. A lot of these artists and people like they have the wrong people around. Yes, men. They'll just let them do anything, man. They'll
Yeah.
let them destroy themselves,
Yeah.
and they'll just sit there and collect their check.
Yeah. And then afterwards, when you're no longer of any value to them, they walk away just when you need them the most in
Right.
that situation.
That's true.
And it's a sad place to be in, and it happens a lot to a lot of athletes, actors, musicians, entrepreneurs,
They crash out,
influencers.
man.
Yeah.
They crash out because it's just like it's easy to crash out. Like if you don't have the right people around you, like this world will consume you. It's
Yeah.
easy. It's set up like that. Like it's literally set up to like consume you and suck you dry.
What were you doing before you came to Miami?
Well, before I came to Miami, I owned like a couple of clubs in Atlanta. I was doing my prank content, my comedy stuff.
Yeah.
So I started out doing my comedy stuff in Atlanta. So yeah, that's what I was doing. I started out doing music. I had a song on radio. It was charting on radio called She Like It. I was working a lot behind the scenes. I worked with a lot of artists. I got artist deals before. I did artist bookings, tours.
Like you
Actually,
were
speaking of
Okay.
Toronto, I was the first person to bring Gucci Man to Canada
Oh, no way.
when he couldn't get in,
Okay.
But I helped facilitate that deal to get Gucci Man to Canada. So I worked on some tours, even up there in Toronto and different places. So I started out with the music behind the scenes. Then I opened the lounge, first lounge, second lounge. And then I sold the lounges and started doing my entertainment comedy stuff. Um, and I never really wanted to get into like YouTube content and pranks and comedy. Like I never considered myself a comedian, but people always thought I was funny. So I made my first video,
Yeah.
but I went to Panama City Beach. You ever been there?
No.
Don't go. It's not like Miami, but anyway. But shout out to Panama City. But I made my first video there. I had this gold Maserati, and I did like a Honda versus Maserati gold digger prank and get the girls' reactions to see like would they be like gold diggers or not. And of course they failed. And I thought the video was cheesy. I thought it was trash. I was like, no one's gonna watch this. But then I posted it. I didn't look at it. I had no subscribers. I just posted it up. People told me just post it. I posted it. Didn't even check on it. And then 2 weeks later, I started getting calls like, yo, I saw your video. I'm like, how did you see that? And I went on there and it had 1 million views. I'm like, how did it get 1 million views? So a lot of people don't understand that like YouTube industry and like all these platforms, it's not really even about subscribers, especially now. It's more about what they want to do. So they have the power to blow up anyone or any video that they want.
Yeah.
You don't need any subscribers. You don't need anything. It's just about YouTube. Like YouTube can literally decide to recommend it. They can decide to put it on Explorer. They can decide anything. So they just somehow my video got on Explorer and I got like 70,000 subscribers from that one video. It ended up getting like 7 million views.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, let me keep doing this. Yeah. But like, now it's a lot harder, you know.
Sure,
like it's a lot harder to just post one video and get 7 million. But back then, I think these platforms offered a lot more opportunities for growth, especially Instagram.
Yeah. Well, it's like what Instagram used to do and what TikTok started doing, but you know,
it's
like,
so much harder now with the algorithm.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's how it went. So I did my first video, then I started doing more and more videos and just kind of became that. I think sometimes you fall into your destiny by mistake, you know.
I like that. You always thought you were destined to basically come and do big things?
Always, since I was younger, I thought I was destined to be a rapper. That was like my main goal, was to be a rapper. That's what I was doing in the studio. But like, I still love music. I still love making music, but I feel like I kind of grew out of it. But I always knew like I was going to do something like impactful. I always wanted to do something impactful.
When you think about the fact that you're not rapping right now or making music, does that ever bother you? Like, do you sit with that and go, man, should I have given it more?
Yeah, like sometimes I do think about it like, man, like if I had kept doing my music, I wonder where I would be right now with it. And then I get a lot of people that write me always like, yo, why you stop doing music? Why don't you drop more music? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, I got a lot going on, you know. But it's with what I do in entertainment with the podcast and everything, it's kind of like dope that I am a creator and an artist because like I understand the guests and I understand like the industry. So I think it helps, you know.
Yeah. Allows for a better conversation.
Right. Yeah. It's like I know what it's like to be an artist.
Yeah. And that podcast now has, I think I saw just over 430 million views across everything.
Yeah. Like
that's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, we've been grinding hard. You know, the podcast first went viral on like the 10th episode. You know, no one knows this, man, but my first episode, bro, like I literally broke down. Like I cried after my first episode.
Why?
Because it didn't do what I thought it would do. I had such high expectations, like, and it just like, in my eyes, it was a failure. And like, I was so angry, like, because I had spent months like setting up the studio. I invested 6 figures. Like I invested a lot of money into this. And like the first episode I felt like was a failure. But, and that's what I tell people. It's about baby steps. Don't look at the numbers. Don't look at where it's at right now because it can go from 0 to 100 real quick, you know? And so that's what you got to know. Like you just keep going and eventually something's going to do well. Eventually something's going to do sing. You just got to do it for the passion and for the love and not even necessarily think about the money right off the top or think about the numbers or whatever it is that's like motivating you aside from the creativity and the love of it. Because if you do, man, like you're going to set yourself up for disappointment because it's a tough industry. I didn't go viral. But luckily, I went viral my 10th episode, but it could have been my 50th episode. You never know. Like it could be your 100th episode. But I think everyone has their time. Yeah. Some people just give up before they get there.
It's funny you say that because I think in a world of instant virality, it's all about how can you go viral tomorrow?
Right. It's like this microwave generation thought,
And if you don't go viral tomorrow, you've somehow failed.
Right.
And people are discouraged and they quit before they even continue.
Right.
They quit before they start, because right away they go and they post a video, and literally the video just got posted. They're refreshing.
Right.
How many views do I got? How many likes do I got?
Yeah, just going crazy, and it just consumes you, like some people are a slave like to likes, man, and to views, and I almost got sucked into that because my whole thing was social media, posting. And it's like, man, at some point, that's why I said go back to the balance thing, like you got to know how to like not do business, just go whatever, eat your favorite food. Don't be a slave or get depressed from the algorithm,
Yeah.
like, cause it can really suck you in, man. But, a lot of people want to go viral and, they're willing to do anything to go viral.
Yeah.
So that's the generation we live in. Like some people are literally willing to do anything to go viral. And it's like people are doing some crazy stuff out here, man. Stuff that they would never do.
Yeah, well, some people are, exactly. Some people, I think we were talking about this right before we started rolling about, when there's stuff happening on the streets, for example, and you see an incident.
Right. And they'll like literally, instead of calling the cops, they'll like
recording because they want to they want to be the first
like
to
call
post.
the cops. They're like, I can't, man. If I call the cops, I have to exit out the video. Like, dude, he's fucking dying. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like people
it's
are
so
weird.
sad. Like people's brains now are just thinking in that way.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
when after that first episode, you said you broke down, you felt like a failure, but obviously you ended up getting to episode 10 that went viral.
Right.
How did you get yourself out of that after the first episode didn't do what you had hoped for it to do? What did you do to put the next foot forward and create episode 2?
I gotta just keep grinding harder. I gotta just like keep the content great, keep doing it, and just keep grinding, and it's gonna happen. So because you got to think about it. I started the podcast, but before that, for years, I was doing pranks and doing comedy, and like my least viewed video was like 1 million views. Like I have videos with over 100 million views on like Facebook and all this. So I was used to all these mega views doing these videos. So stepping into the podcast world, I was expecting that. I was like, yeah, my first video is going to get 1 million views. Yeah. I didn't have anything under 1 million, but I didn't realize like that's a different game, man.
Yeah.
Like podcast views are different. Like literally, I've never seen a podcast with 100 million views. It's just different. Like it just doesn't happen as much.
It's not short form, right? It's long form.
It's just different kind of content.
And you're not trying to, like cram as much as you can in 30 seconds.
Exactly.
To keep the person watching.
Exactly. So, so I had to get over that. And yeah, man. But 10th episode ended up going viral, popping off everywhere on all the vlogs, got millions of views on all these platforms. And then that's when I saw it. I was like, gave me a little taste, like, yes, don't give up.
There's some, well, you get that little bit of taste and it encourages you to keep going.
And like appreciation, like it just gives you validation of your hard work and craft. Like, hey, people appreciate this content.
Yeah.
They thought enough of it to,
to give you their time,
give me their
share
time.
it,
and all that, man. So like,
which is why I appreciate every single person who tells me they watch an episode. I'm so grateful to you.
Yeah, like, because they don't have to watch you or watch me. Like, they don't have to.
Yeah.
But we're, you're bringing value and you're opening up a lot of insight. I love your a lot of your content I was watching. This guy gets deep right here, man. I love it. It's dope.
Thanks, brother.
Congratulations. I'm proud of you, man. Yeah.
No, it's important. I mean, I think we have a platform that we can use to really have authentic conversations.
Absolutely.
I think there's enough content around there that's just mind-numbing content.
Right.
It's just like you're just
like I literally on my show, I have girls come on and tell me their secrets, tell me what celebrity they had sex with.
I saw some of those clips,
crazy stories. Like I hear the craziest thing you've ever. It's to the point now where like someone can sit here and tell me anything and I'll just be like, it won't even be a big deal because I've literally heard it all.
Yeah.
There's nothing I have not heard that people have done. Like the craziest thing.
What's the most wild thing you've heard on your show? Is there one that stands out?
That's a tough one. Well, apparently it's $100K to take a poop on someone in Dubai. There's kind of like a thing, if you're a hot girl, apparently you can get 100K if you poop on someone in Dubai, like these rich guys.
I heard of that story.
Yeah. So 100K poop story was crazy. All kind of stories. Girls telling me they like pegged celebrities. I can't say their names, but some of your top rappers, you know, they were getting pegged out by a lot of these girls. Telling me stories of all kind of stuff, orgies, you know.
And none of this phases you anymore at this point.
It's just I'm numb to it, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm literally numb to it. Like I hear it all, man. You be surprised at things that I hear. But you know, I like it when it gets deep too, man. Sometimes
It's refreshing.
yeah, I get a lot of people bust out crying in tears because we get, you know, we'll end up getting deep and honestly, man, like you never know what to expect because like someone can walk in here and look perfectly normal and perfectly pretty or whatever, and then when they sit down and start talking, you're like, you live a completely different life than what I imagined, you know.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Well, what do people not know about you? Like, what don't you show the world?
I think people look at my brand and my image and they think that I'm a certain type of way. They automatically assume like, oh, he's a pimp or he's a player or he's this kind of guy. Or some people might even think, oh, he looks like a douchebag. He drives around in gold cars and he dresses flashy. He looks like some arrogant prick. But the truth is, man, I'm a humble guy, man. Like I will never turn down a conversation with anyone. I give everyone love. I show everyone love because you never know what someone could teach you, whether it's someone on the street walking up, a fan, whatever. So I'm all about like being humble. So a lot of people don't know that.
Does it upset you that people think the other way about you?
It does, yeah. It does upset me because, you know, it's like I know I'm not that way. So it's like people automatically assume, because I get that all the time when people meet me after they talk to me. They be like, damn, man, I didn't think you would be like that. I'd be like, why? I'm like, I thought you was going to be a dick. Or I was like, why did you think that? Like, what did I do? You know, there again, there's social media. There's the pictures on the Instagrams, you know, like there's the video content. So people are just going off what they see. I mean, I get it. Everyone judges. People say don't judge. And it's not good to judge. It's natural. You're going to judge. We're constantly judging everything we see. You see the view. Oh, that's a nice view. You see something that looks bad. Oh, this looks bad. Like we're all judging. We have to protect ourselves. I don't think you should place judgments on like groups of people and like look down on people. But at the same time, we have to judge in order to like protect ourselves in life.
Yeah. Do you feel that you're like as an entrepreneur, as a creator, as someone who's got, you know, a recognizable face, do you find yourself extra protective of yourself when you're meeting people, when you're talking new business ventures?
Because people are fake, man. You know, that's one thing I realized about this world. Like, people are fake out here. They'll act like they're your friends. They act like they want to, you know, be your bosom buddy and you just met them. You know, I've had guys tell me, oh, they'll take a bullet for me. Like, I don't want you to take a bullet for me, bro. Like, I don't even know you that well. Like, that triggers me. Like, I can't trust you. You're being too friendly. Right. You know, so yeah,
coming on
I am
strong.
like, you know, that's a strong. Like, if I was to hang out with you for like a couple of weeks, and I'd be like, "Yo, man,
I'll take a bullet for you."
I want to let you know, bro. I take a bullet for you, bro. Like, no, dog. Like,
wait, what do you want?
Yeah, you know. But so yeah, man. Like, I think there are a lot of fake people out here, so you have to protect yourself because, like, this generation we live in, everyone just cares about themselves. They act like they care about you, but it's a lot of times they have a alternative motive, you know. But yeah, I deal with that a lot, man. Like people being fake towards me, wanting to be my friends, you know, like in the past, you know, people are, you know, attracted to the money or to the lifestyle and all of that kind of stuff. So you don't know who's real, who's not.
Yeah. How do you maintain a balanced, healthy lifestyle? Because content creation can take a toll on your mental health. You can, you know, when you're stressed out about things, it can have an effect on you physically.
It can.
How do you sort of maintain balance in your health?
Well, I'll tell you, like, I used to like be very unhealthy, like with what I ate. Like I literally was on like a ramen noodle diet and like a shitty food diet, drinking like fruit punch all day and like
Yeah.
nothing but processed foods. And I didn't realize that, hey, this is not good for me. Like no one really told me that. Like my mom always cooked healthy dinners for my brother and I, but like when I got on my own, I just kind of bought whatever at the store.
Yeah.
And one day I was eating some ramen noodles, man, and drinking some fruit punch in my bed, looking out the window and just chilling like a regular day. And everything like turned red, like my vision, like everything was red. It was the scariest thing in my life. Like imagine this room, everything being red. Like almost like you ever had on like red
Yeah,
sunglasses
yeah.
and it's like a red filter.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I just started feeling really weird. And I was like, something's wrong here. Because dude, one package of noodles, okay, is like 2,000 milligrams of like sodium.
Yeah. They're high. Yeah.
Dude, so imagine if you ate 3 packs in a day. Now, mind you, I was getting money at this time. This was a long time ago, but I had money, but I just thought they tasted good. I didn't even know they were.
It was easy.
I didn't think about it being, but 3 packs, that's like 2, 4, 6,000.
Yeah.
Like that shit's dangerous, man. You know, and you're drinking a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, I got diabetes. Like it just came out of nowhere. Like I was actually going to Canada. I was on my way to Canada. I was driving there. Someone convinced me to drive to Canada from Atlanta. And I had to just keep stopping to pee. And my mouth was so dry. Yeah. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, why is my mouth so dry? Like, no matter what I drank, I kept being thirsty. And I had to use the bathroom so much. Yeah. But a lot of people don't know those are signs of diabetics, you know, like dry mouth, having to urinate a lot. But I didn't know that. But so by the time I got to Canada, it was my birthday. I went out drinking. I was somewhere on Queen Street at some rooftop. And I blacked out. And I was with my boys. I was like, yo, take me to the hospital. Something's wrong with me. And they're like, oh, you're just drunk, man. You're good. I'm like, no, it's something else. So I went to the hospital. And your sugar level was supposed to be 100. Mine was 1,000. Like I was in intensive care for like 2 weeks. The doctors came in. They said, hey, you're type 1 diabetic. You're going to have to take shots for the rest of your life. For every day, for the rest of your life, you're going to have to take a shot. So I like broke down. I was like, my life's over. Like I got to take a shot every day, multiple shots for the rest of my life. I'm like, my life's over. I'm done. But I had even gotten really skinny. I'm slim now, but I was even worse. Like I was like, I mean, I'm good now. I'm not worse now, but like I used to be skinny. Yeah. Like hella skinny. And but I got used to it, man. It's like after a while, like you don't even think about it. Like now I take my shots, I'll do it anywhere. I can be in the club, pop it out. A girl be like, what is that? Like it's just like, oh yeah,
it's a conversation starter.
You know, sometimes I fuck with people, like everyone's around smoking, you know, hanging out, you know, like, hey, y'all want to get real high? And they'll be like, hell yeah. I'll be like, look, check this out. And I'll pull out my needle. Like they won't know what I'm doing. I'll pull out my needle. I'm like, boo. And they'll be like, oh shit, buddy's got a needle. What is that, heroin? I'm like, no, it's not fucking heroin, man. It's my EpiPen. You know? But I have fun with it, you know?
Yeah, why not? Make the most of it.
I think everybody has their own crosses to bear, you know, like everyone has their own challenges in life. I think that like makes you more real and appreciate things more sometimes. So
it's a humbling moment.
Yeah, like it humbled me. Like I think
you're no longer invincible.
Yeah, like it just makes life more real, man.
Yeah. So what is living with type 1 diabetes like?
Is
there things
it doesn't really affect me. Like what I did is I actually, all right, so remember I tell you I was eating like shit. So I actually, after I got diabetes and stuff, I was like, all right, let me make a drastic move here. I got to like get in control of my health. Like, let me switch up. And I went vegan.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually went vegan. So I went from like shit food, ramen noodles to like this vegan healthy diet. It was like, how did this happen? But
why vegan?
I just like wanted to try something new. I had this friend of mine, this like weird guy. He was like a regular guy, but then he like went all weird and like natural and like jungle on me. And he kept telling me like, yo, man, you need to go vegan, telling me all these benefits of it all the time. And I was like, bro, I'm good on all of that. But one day, man, I was making some spaghetti. I had like my beef in it, like, you know, like the little meat in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just found myself like separating it and just not wanting it and just kind of wanting to try something new. But now I'm pescatarian.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta live a little bit. You know, I eat my seafood now. I
Well,
love
you're
my
in
salmon.
Miami. You gotta
Yeah,
have
yeah. Well,
seafood,
come
man.
on, we gotta have some seafood here.
No,
Good
that's
seafood out here.
and you feel better now that you're on a more healthier, balanced diet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you work out, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no,
No,
I'm
okay.
not gonna lie to you guys. I don't work out.
Is that something you want to start doing?
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to.
What holds
You
you
work
back?
out?
I try. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a little weight on you. See, I'm trying to
Thank
get a little cut, man. I gotta come up, get a little cut. But nah, like it made me feel better, a healthy diet, because it's like if you can have discipline over like three things as a man, if you can have discipline over these things, I think you can master life. You can have discipline over your dick. Can I say that?
Yeah.
If you can have discipline over your dick, discipline over what you eat, discipline over like how you move, like you can win more, man, because like we get so distracted by girls and we get so distracted by all the things. So if you can have discipline over that, man, that's the one thing I learned. Like if you spend all your time chasing girls, like you're gonna miss out on money. You know, focus on your business. Don't just chase girls. But same with food. Like if you can have discipline over your food, man, and try to be conscious. I'm not saying go vegan. I'm not saying go pescatarian. It's not for everybody. Some people get sick if they stop eating meat. Like I think different blood types are different. I do think that. But be healthy, you know, like just eat clean. That's the main thing, is eating clean.
Yeah.
Don't eat all that the worst thing you can eat is processed stuff.
Which there's an abundance of, and it's also the cheapest option.
Right.
And so most people will just defer to it.
Right. And I hate the way like a lot of all the cheap stuff is the unhealthy stuff, and then a lot of the good stuff costs so much money. You know, you got to think about it. The average person may not be able to afford to shop at Whole Foods all the time and do that. But what I tell people is you can actually have a healthy diet for not as like for cheap, like not expensive, if you know how to do it. You can shop for a healthy diet on a budget. Like there are things you can buy, like it's not crazy. And you know, the saying is it's a lot cheaper to eat healthy now than like pay for it when you're sick, you know?
Because there's only so much you can pay when you're sick.
Right. And the doctors in, you know, America, they always tell you, oh, change your diet, go raw, go clean. Some of them go vegan after you're sick and you have cancer and diabetes and heart disease and all that. And, you know, heart disease is the number one killer for African Americans, for black people. It's heart disease is higher than gun violence, is higher than anything, heart disease. And heart disease comes from, you know, don't hate me, I'm just telling you facts. It's the facts. Red meat causes heart disease. Is proven. It's not some weird conspiracy. Red meat does cause heart disease. Now, I'm not saying don't eat your steaks. Nothing wrong with that, but like, just don't do it all the time. Like I have family members who ate steak every day.
Yeah.
Don't eat steak every day. Don't eat anything like all the time.
Yeah. Everything in moderation.
Yeah, like I had people in my family die from heart disease because they ate steak every day. They got money and they were like, oh, this is what I do when I get money, is eat steak all day. So do it in moderation. Like there was an article, a girl died. She drank 4 gallons of water. I mean, not 4 gallons, I'm sorry, 4 water bottles back to back and died. I'm like, damn, you can die from water toxicity. Like anything, too much of anything is bad for you.
So when you moved to the decision to move to Miami and start sort of building out your businesses out here, you're still in Miami. What is it about the city of Miami and being here that appeals to you?
Man, there's no place like Miami. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I just love it here. Like it's just like you feel like when I first moved here, I just felt like I was on a vacation. It's like you feel like you're on vacation. Like every day I would wake up and like I felt like I was on vacation. That's the only way I can put it. Like that's the feeling I got. I just felt free. I was like, for the first time in my life, I just felt free. Just going to the beach. I used to go to the beach like every other day and I just felt free, man. You know, it's weird. You know, like I always loved water, but I was never around it in Atlanta. We don't have any. We got Lake Lanier, but that's like cursed. Like everyone dies in that lake, you know, so you're kind of scared of it. But in Miami, it's just the restaurants, the palm trees, the scenery, and business move. It was the best move I ever made for me.
Yeah. So for young entrepreneurs, Miami is a place to consider.
Yeah, like well, it depends on what you do too, you know. Miami's not for everybody.
What
It
makes it
worked
not
for
for
me.
everybody?
Well, just because, you know, like a lot of people come to Miami after they're already successful or after they already have money. In fact, a lot of people I know here, they don't even work because they just bring their wealth down here.
Right.
So, for example, you got a lot of New York people, a lot of people, they come here, they travel here, and they stay here. They make their money somewhere else. A lot of people make their money outside of Miami.
Okay.
So, sometimes it can be hard to find out how to make money in Miami because everyone
I
here
see. Yeah.
is already rich and they already make their money somewhere else. Is
Yeah.
weird. So, you know, they say like artists, for like celebrities and artists, they say, oh, you moved to Miami after you made it.
Right.
And then while you're on the come up, you want to live in like, you know, Atlanta or like, you know, Cali or New York or wherever.
Yeah. What advice would you give your younger self? A guy who's gone from starting a rap career to comedy pranks on YouTube to a podcast in Miami to dealing with living with diabetes the rest of your life. If you can sort of, not a do-over, but just go back in time and give younger you a piece of advice, what would that be?
Man, so much, man. If I knew what I knew now back in the day, I would be so far at a younger age, you know. But I would tell my younger self just like focus on what really matters. I think it's so easy in life to like get off focus
Yeah.
with so many distractions, whether it be females, whether it be like whatever your main focus is. Mine was girls. Mine was just stunting, flexing on people that don't care about me. What do I have to prove to them? You know, like live for yourself, don't live for others.
Yeah.
You know, I was young, you know, that's all I wanted to do was flex, get girls, and that was it. So what I would tell myself is have a healthier lifestyle, eat healthier, don't focus on girls as much, like focus on business, focus on your next move, invest your money, and be smart, you know.
Would the younger version of you be proud of the man sitting on the couch today?
Absolutely. 'Cause I changed everything, man. Like I changed my circle. You know, I used to hang out with a lot of people who, you know, weren't supportive or weren't like benefiting the life that I wanted to live. Because
Right.
like you can't look at where you're at. You gotta look at the life you want to live. So then it's like, okay, who am I surrounding myself with? Because they say you are your surroundings. So whatever kind of people you surround yourself with, usually that's how you'll end up. Let's just be honest. Like statistically, people are a product of their environment.
Yep.
So if you're in an environment where everybody's selling drugs, you might start selling drugs. If you're in an environment where everybody is, you know, stripping, you might end up being a stripper. Or if you're in an environment where everyone's doing OnlyFans, you might decide to get OnlyFans. Or if you're in an environment where everybody is, if you're a family where everyone's going to college, you probably go to
I
college.
go to
Statistically,
college. Yeah.
families who, if they don't go to college, then their kids usually don't go to college. Or if they go to college, then their kids usually do go to college. So it's just statistically people end up doing usually what they're around.
Yeah.
Me, I didn't go to college. But anyway, even though my mom did, but I wanted to go down the entertainment route.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm not saying you have to do any one path, but you have to stay true to yourself and surround yourself with positive people that support your vision of your future. You know,
Yeah.
like all my friends now are positive people. They support me so much. Like
So important.
I can call them right now. Like they be there for me. They do anything for me. You know, all my friends are millionaires and billionaires. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone is positive doing their thing. And I'm not saying try to only look for like rich friends or anything, but I'm saying try to surround yourself with positive people. It just so happens that these positive people that I'm friends with are very successful and wealthy. And I think that
But it
that
encourages you to
it
also
encourages
just
you.
keep
It
doing.
motivates you.
Yeah.
Like if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong
You're in
room.
the
If
wrong
you're the
room,
richest
get out of the
person in the
room.
room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll go somewhere, I'll go to some places and I'm the richest person in the room. I'll be like, I'm in the wrong club. Like I'm, you know what I mean? I want to go where I'm not the richest person.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that.
You know, so that's really what you got to do. And a lot of people don't understand that, man. Like, and I get it. Like I got a lot of different type of friends too. I got my friends that may not really be on like such a hot track. Like I got some homies from back in the day, that I'm still chat with. But for the most part, I had to cut people off, man.
You outgrow people.
You do.
Yeah. And it's no disrespect to those people. It's just you're now vibing on a different level.
Right. You know what they say? They always say, hey, when you come up, don't change, don't change. But I think that that's wrong. I think you should change.
Yeah.
I think everyone should evolve. It's like a butterfly. Like everyone should evolve. Man.
Everyone changes all the time.
Right.
To think that you are the same person today that you were 5, 10, 15 years ago
right.
is just false. To think that you're going to be the same person 2 years from now that you are today is false.
Yeah, like I'm different than I was last year.
Yeah.
And I think you got to be around people that you can change with,
Yeah.
And that growth, you guys can grow together and they can accept your growth and support it or whatever you might decide to do. It's never too late to do anything. If you want to change your career path, change it.
Yeah.
If you want to change your life, change it. You have I don't think people realize how much power we have. Like we have the power to do anything we want to do and become anything we want to become. Like the world is out there, it's yours. If you're in a bad environment, leave that environment, move.
Yeah.
Like move.
Yeah.
You can find a new place somewhere for cheap even. Like if you live in the ghetto, I believe you can get out. You can get out of the hood, man. Like it's possible, but you just got to make that move and be focused, and you got to believe you can do it because a lot of times people don't have motivation. I had a good supporting mom that loved me and supported me and was very smart and like helped steer me in the right direction when I was little. But a lot of people, she was the first person to graduate from college in the family, and go to law school and become an attorney. But a lot of people don't have that guidance. They might not have someone that can guide them in the right direction.
Yeah.
So they don't know what to do. It's a lot of people out here don't know what to do. They need guidance. So it's like you got to focus, do knowledge, like read, like study, like figure out what you want to do and grind for it. And you can have it, man. The world is yours.
Amazing. Any regrets?
Yeah, I got some regrets, man. Everybody's like, oh, no regrets. I would be where I am today. Like, I agree with that. I wouldn't be where I am today without everything that shaped me. But there are bad decisions that I made in my life that I do regret. I made some bad decisions.
How do you reconcile them? How do you accept that you made that decision and not let it fester, not let it eat away at you? Because sometimes, we get in our fields, we're sitting there, we're thinking about life.
Right.
We're retracing our steps and we're like, man, I shouldn't have done that.
Right.
How do you let that not dissuade you from doing what you want to keep doing?
Honestly, I just try not to dwell on it, man. Like, I feel like in life, all we really have is right now. We don't have our past. That's not here anymore. We don't have our future. We have right now. So you got to live in the moment. You got to plan for your future and work towards your future, but you got to live in the moment. If you spend your life dwelling on the past, then you'll get stuck in the past. It's like a car when you're driving. Like, yeah, you can look through the rearview mirror, but that stuff is behind you, man.
Yeah.
You need to keep your eyes focused on the road and ahead of you. Because if you're busy looking in the rearview mirror in your car, you could hit something in front of you.
Yeah.
So you have to focus on the present and the future. Like, don't focus on the past. Like, we all made mistakes. We all have done things that we regret. But it's about growing, man.
Yeah. Focusing on the future. What do you want to do that you're not doing yet?
Man, it's so many things I want to do.
You strike me as a guy that's got a lot of creative ideas just floating around.
Right, and it's sometimes like, fuck, you gotta let me narrow in because it's like, I want to do this, want to do that. I know you probably went through the same thing.
Oh,
like,
all the time.
A lot of times, we have so much talent and like we could do so much. It's just like you got to narrow in on some things and so you can execute. Execution is important. Everyone has good ideas, but most people don't execute.
Yeah. But
I have so many visions and things that I want to do. TV show, radio show. It's so many things. I want to grow in so many different ways spiritually. Just get more in tune with myself and just become a better person, be the best person I can be. I want to motivate people. I want to encourage people. I want to use my platform more to help people and stuff like that, man. It's so many things, visions that I see for everything, and so I'm just thanking God for where I am right now, and just, you know, staying motivated and just keep grinding, man, and never give up, because I have days, man, where I don't want to do this anymore. I think we all have those times where it's like you wake up and you're like, I don't want to do it. But it's like you got to keep motivated. You got to always keep planning your next move, because that's what keeps you hungry, is the next thing you're going to do and the next plan. I tell people, too, if they ever want to give up, what keeps you motivated is having something to look forward to. So always try to keep something to look forward to in life.
Amazing. Brother, thank you so much.
Hey, man, thank you so much
Thank you for coming
me,
through.
Man.
This was incredible.
I love it. Yeah. This interview, like, literally you motivated me from just speaking to you and you speaking to me. Like, it's motivation for real.
I appreciate that. I wish you the best of luck in everything you're doing. Keep killing it. Keep doing you. Protect that balance. It's important. Don't get lost. I think we all
don't get lost in the sauce.
Don't get lost in the sauce. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, awesome stuff. The podcast, the work, the entrepreneurship, the spirit, the energy, the thought process.
You, I appreciate
it's
it,
inspiring.
Man.
So
thank you, man. And I want to say thank you for having me on the show. I love your show, man. You're such a good vibe, bro. Anytime you're in Miami, hit me up. I got you. And when I come to Canada, we're turning up.
Absolutely.
Shout out to you, your show, man, your whole crew. Everyone's cool, man. So
Thanks,
everyone
man.
watching this, make sure y'all tune in to the We and Mommy podcast and tune in to his show. He offers so much motivation, man. I love it. I'm a fan. And let's go, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you
We
so much
Miami.
for listening. We in Miami, everyone. Thank you very much.
Let's go.
Thanks, brother.